Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I am Matsina reading you the news. The headlines. Nagaland Voluntary Consumer Organisation asks state government to implement Consumer Protection Act 2019 as a New Year gift. President Droupadi Murmu calls upon students mainly from tribal areas to serve back the society after attaining self-reliance in their life. Central government reiterates there is no plan to privatize Indian Railways, and Bharat Biotech says nasal vaccine against COVID-19 would be available to the public in January. Now the news in detail. The Nagaland Voluntary Consumer Organisation (NVCO), while asking the state government to implement the Consumer Protection Act 2019 as a New Year gift to the citizens, has cautioned to resort to legal action as per the Act if not done. In a release, NVCO President Kejokhoto Savi, marking the week-long observance of National Consumer Rights Day, demanded that the state government should implement the basic requirement as per the provision of the Act. He said that it is not proper to run the State Consumer Protection Commission as well as district commissions with the old Act, which has been repealed and no more applicable in any manner. NVCO has also demanded that the State Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission should be provided with proper courtroom and offices as it is temporarily functioning at Circuit House Kohima. Also urging the consumers to wake up, Savi said a vigilant consumer is an asset to the nation. President Droupadi Murmu today called upon the students mainly from tribal areas to serve back the society after attaining self-reliance in their life. She said, contributing to the progress of society is everyone's duty. Murmu virtually inaugurated Eklavya residential schools at Asifabad and Mahabubabad districts after inaugurating the Sammaka Saralama Janjati Pujari Sammelan at Bhadrachalam in Telangana. Speaking on the occasion, the President appreciated the efforts being made by the Union Tourism Ministry in the name of Prasad, as improvement in tourism will enhance employment opportunities of the local people. The President also said tribal festivals like Sammaka Saralama will strengthen the cultural ethos. Central government has reiterated that there is no plan to privatize Indian Railways. In an exclusive interview with All India Radio, Railways Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw also ruled out the operationalization of trains by private players. He said it is not feasible as the government gives around 55% concession to passengers, which is probably not viable for private players. He said the government is working relentlessly to build robust infrastructure, developing indigenous technologies and modernize Indian railways. On the upgradation plan of railway stations, Vaishnaw said it is the vision of the Prime Minister that the station should become the city centre and local products should be made available in stations. Bharat Biotech has said that its nasal vaccine against COVID-19 in COVAC would be available to the public from the 4th week of January. The Hyderabad-based biotechnology company said that the vaccine will cost 800 rupees for private markets and 325 rupees for government. Bharat Biotech's Incovac is the world's first intranasal COVID vaccine to receive approval for the primary 2-dose schedule as well as a heterologous booster dose. The nasal vaccine will be rolled out as a booster dose for those above 18 years of age. Incovac has been developed by Bharat Biotech in partnership with America's Washington University. A total of 188 new cases of COVID have been reported in the country during the last 24 hours. Union Health Ministry said 141 people have recovered during the same period. The recovery rate currently stands at 98.8% in the country. According to the ministry, there are 3,468 active cases in the country at present. The ministry said more than 90,000 vaccine doses of COVID were administered during the last 24 hours under the nationwide vaccination drive. So far, over 220 crore vaccine doses have been administered to beneficiaries across the country. This news is a live broadcast from All India Radio station Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. The country has witnessed an 18% reduction in TB cases this year. Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia has said that the vision of the government is to end tuberculosis in India by 2025, 5 years ahead of the Sustainable Development Goal. To undertake intensified TB elimination project, Indian Oil Corporation Limited has signed a Memorandum of Understanding as part of its corporate social responsibility with the Central TB Division and the states of Uttar Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Uttar Pradesh and Chhattisgarh share the highest burden of TB cases among the large states of India. Dr. Mandavia said the diagnostic support provided as part of the MOU will strengthen the efforts to identify TB patients, enabling timely treatment. Tenizumi Students' Union today held its 69th General Session on the theme Resilience and Flexibility to Achieve Continuity at Multipurpose Hall, Tenizu. Nagaland Agriculture Department Joint Director Sanuzo Nyenu, gracing the occasion as the guest speaker, called upon the students to give best effort and work hard to excel in their career. While asking the students to focus on their respective area of interest, he said that government job in Nagaland has saturated. Noting that the present scenario of education system is changing rapidly with the advancement of technology and the online mode of education, he viewed that the education policy at present is in need to be upgraded as the situation in the remote areas, villages are lacking behind in many aspects. Communications and Electronics and Information Technology Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw has expressed confidence that 80% of the country would be covered by 5G services within a span of 24 to 36 months. He said 5G services will be rolled out by the state-owned telecom operator BSNL by next year. In an exclusive interview with AIR News, Vaishnaw said 5G services have already started in 50 cities across the country, and every week almost 5,000 new sites are being added. He said 5G services will make a huge difference in the field of education, healthcare, agriculture and logistics. Union Law and Justice Minister Kiren Rijiju has stressed on the need to make millet food as mass movement. His ministry organized millet food lunch in New Delhi today. Talking to the media, he said millet food is nutritious and tasty and people should include it in their regular diet. The minister added that 2023 has been declared as International Year of Millets and the government is taking several steps to promote it. Central Board of Secondary Education (CBSE) has announced its schedule for the Class 10 and 12 practical exams. The CBSE issued the detailed notification yesterday on its website cbse.gov.in. As per the CBSE, the practical exams for classes 10 and 12 will commence from January 2, 2023 onwards. Schools have been given time till February 14, 2023 to complete all practical exams, projects and internal assessments. The CBSE said that uploading of the marks or internal grades for the practical exams will commence on February 2 and will conclude on February 14. Nagaland football team today defeated Uttar Pradesh by a solitary goal to kickstart the Santosh Trophy campaign at Kokrajhar, Assam. Clubbed in Group 3 with Goa, Assam, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland played their first match of the 76th National Football Championship for Hero Santosh Trophy 2022-23, which started at Assam on December 26. In the match, Kevisana Peseye scored the lone goal. To end the news, here are the headlines. Nagaland Voluntary Consumer Organisation asks state government to implement Consumer Protection Act 2019 as a New Year gift. President Droupadi Murmu calls upon students, mainly from tribal areas, to serve back the society after attaining self-reliance in their life. Central government reiterates there is no plan to privatize Indian railways. And Bharat Biotech says nasal vaccine against COVID-19 would be available to the public in January. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Have a good night.